Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rich Bradley, President of the Board of Public Service. This is the regular meeting of the Board of Public Service for October 11th, 2022. This is a public meeting and there are no hearings or lettings today. So I would ask that only members of this board be allowed to speak unless recognized by myself or the secretary. At this time, I'll ask the secretary to please call the roll.
Director Davis. Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Isom. Director Scoggin.
Aye.
Director Scobie.
Present.
Director Williams
Present.
and President Bradley.
Here, we have a quorum. I will call the meeting to order.
For the president, recommendation that approval be given as follows: supplemental agreement number 2 to PSA number 1234, ADA self-evaluation and transition plan with Oates Associates Inc. This supplemental agreement in the amount of $60,000 is amended to modify the scope of work and is authorized by ordinance number 70715. Supplemental agreement number 1 to PSA number 1236, on-call traffic engineering services with WSP USA Inc. This supplemental agreement in the amount of $250,000 is amended to modify the scope of work. Supplemental agreement number 1 to PSA 1237, on-call traffic engineering services with George L. Crawford and Associates doing business as CVB. This supplemental agreement in the amount of $250,000 is amended to modify the scope of work. Supplemental agreement number 1 to PSA 1238, on-call traffic engineering services with Lockmiller Group Inc. This supplemental agreement in the amount of $250,000 is amended to modify the scope of work. Equipment Services Division, equipment repairs service contract with Platinum Towing and Transport. This contract provides service and repair through September 30th, 2027. The maximum not to exceed amount is $1,500,000. Equipment Services Division, Fleet Vehicle and Integrated Parts Management and Supply Service Contract with Integrated Business Solutions Division of NAPA. This contract provides service and repair through July 31st, 2027. The maximum not to exceed amount is $26,500. For the Office of Special Events, request for the following to be approved, subject to certain conditions. 2 special events to be declared as festival zones. Summer High School Homecoming at Cottage Avenue between Annie Malone Drive and Phillips Avenue on October 15 from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Setup will be at 6 a.m. and tear down will be at 6 p.m. Founders Parade to start at 1475 Hamilton Avenue, south on Hamilton Avenue to Page Boulevard, west on Page Boulevard to Skinker Boulevard, north on Skinker Boulevard to Martin Luther King Drive, east on Martin Luther King Drive to Hamilton Avenue, and close Hamilton Avenue between Martin Luther King Drive and Page Boulevard on October 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. For the President and the Directors of Human Services, Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following be approved, subject to the approval of Department of Human Services and Department of Streets. Application number 131240, conditional approval to be given to Maggie O'Brien's Restaurant for public improvements at 2000 Market Street to create an 18-foot long curb cut for 4-foot wide landing accessibility ramp for vehicular passenger drop-off and pick-up. The ramp is proposed on the west side of 20th Street, adjacent to Maggie O'Brien's Restaurant. This approval is contingent upon the approval of the Department of Human Services and Department of Streets. Director of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, recommendation that the following be approved, subject to certain conditions. Application number 131222, request from McElvery Films to fly a drone in Forest Park around the Grand Basin to Art Hill to the Art Museum and the Boathouse, and to fly a drone in Kinnear Plaza, flying towards the courtyard on October 11, 2022, with rain dates of October 13 or 14 and or 15, 2022. Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the board declares as an emergency action for the following: replace collapse lateral and repair clear well manhole structure. Directors of Public Utilities and Safety, joint recommendation that the following be approved, subject to certain conditions. Application number 131238, request from Locust Properties LLC for the consolidation of city parcels 0909 00-0020-0 and 0909 00-0030-3 at 2109 Locust Street and City Block 909. Application number 131239, request from Locust Properties LLC for the consolidation of city parcels 0908-00-0020-0 and 0908-00-0010-0 at 2011 Locust Street and City Block 908. Directors of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that 4 applications from Union Electric doing business as Ameren and Mo be approved, subject to certain conditions. Application number 131, 193, 126 Shoto Avenue. Application number 131, 194, 821 Clinton Street. Application number 131, 203 Northwest intersection of Covenant and South Worth Street. Application number 131204, 2120 North Broadway. For the Director of Streets, recommendation that the following be approved, subject to certain conditions. Application number 131205, request from Off Track Saloon LLC to encroach into public right of way with tables and chairs for a sidewalk cafe at 7301 South Broadway. Application number 131221, request from Cafe Dulce to encroach in the public right of way with tables and chairs for sidewalk cafe at 5143 Daggett Avenue. There were no conditional uses.
Okay, thank you, Dre. I'd like to turn your attention to our meeting minutes from our last meeting, October 4th, 2022. Are there any questions or comments on those meeting minutes?
Greg Hayes, motion to approve the meeting minutes.
Isom second.
Thank you, directors. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Davis. Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Isom.
Aye.
Director Scotland. Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Williams.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye, the meeting minutes are approved. Today's BPS meeting agenda, are there any questions or comments on any of the agenda items? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
Motion to approve, Williams.
Second, Scobie.
Thank you, directors. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Davis. Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Isom.
Aye.
Director Scotland.
Aye.
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Williams.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye, today's meeting agenda is approved. Before we adjourn, are there any questions or any comments from any of our board directors? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn, please.
Motion to adjourn, Hayes.
Second, Scobie.
Thank you, directors. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, meeting adjourned. Thank you all. Have a nice afternoon.
You as
Yeah.
well. Thanks, folks. See you.